holla. We the boys.
Whoa.
Doesn't that just feel good?
It does, man. It really does feel good. Just to have football back in general feels great. I mean, we took a little vacation, so I appreciate all those that have stayed in touch with us. I know we have the Discord, right? And we've been able to stay up to date with a lot of y'all. Thank you all for those that continue to follow us on the East West Football. Also, we appreciate that. But I mean, let's get right into it, Harv. I mean, woo! I mean, how many years have we been watching this stuff go on? I mean, a little over 30 years.
Yeah, man.
A little over 30 years.
Yeah.
So we're not new to this Dallas Cowboy circus, right? I mean, I don't know if that's what we want to call it right now, right? But usually that's what people call. What's going on, Joseph?
Joseph, what's up, fella? What's up? Nah, man, to me, it's been so like just hearing the song and the intro, like it's just like I kind of got goosebumps, man, a little bit. I'm excited to be back. I'm ready to talk to everybody. I know everybody's been like, man, what's going on? I know Black Mamba asked the other night, like, when y'all going live? I said Tuesday or Wednesday. So there you go, man. Just excited for the football season in general. I don't know, man. I'm so giddy right now. I feel like it's almost like Christmas. Like you're about, you're a kid, you have to open some gifts. Like that's what it feels like, man. So I'm excited, man. I'm ready. I'm ready for the season. Training camp started today. We've been watching the Cowboys for, at least for me, over 30 years. I'm excited, man.
And I want to say first and foremost, I want to thank you for being family, right? I think that's the biggest thing right now is that you always stop me from eating the cheese, man. And I was starting to eat the cheese during these last couple of weeks. I was telling Harva, man, I think this year, I think we're gonna surprise some people. And you're like, hold on, Jerry, like we got some gains and we got a tough schedule. I went back and I looked at the schedule. I'm like, wow, Regina Green,
what's up, Regina?
Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. So I know we're trying to go live on TikTok, but for whatever reason, this device that we use for TikTok is acting it's acting up. So TikTok, we will get back to you as soon as we can. But let's get right into it. I mean, hey Harv, I mean, we're kind of late to the news, with Trayvon Diggs. I know that he got a big payday. It was great to see, obviously when I say the circus, I mean, because when the Cowboys come in, they demand respect. I mean, you can tell it. They mean business, especially when they're talking. Yesterday, we heard Jerry Jones, we heard Stephen Jones, we heard Mike McCarthy, and they were thrown into the fire right away. So, it was one of those things. It was one of those moments where you can kind of see and you can kind of hear, and it broke. It was kind of crazy because you could hear Stephen Jones naming names in particular about him saying he wanted to get a deal done. And if you follow us on social media, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. But he called out. The first name he said was Diggs, and then he said Lamb, and then he said Terrence Steele, and who said whoever needs a contract. Boom, Trayvon Diggs, man. Let's see here. Todd Archer explained the Diggs contract, 6 years. It's a total of 6 years, and it could be up to $104.3 million. Harv. Wow. Trey Diggs got paid, man. In 2023, that salary cap hit's going to cost $1.05 million. That doesn't sound too bad, huh?
No, it doesn't, man.
2024, it'll be $11 million against the salary cap. 2025, $9 million against the salary cap. 2026, $14.5 against the salary cap. 2027, $19.5 towards the cap. And then 2028, $20 million. So overall, I mean, I know that there's been a lot of things, a lot of people, Cowboys give everybody a reason to talk about. And I think that overall, people just ran with it, man. I mean, I think from him being not even in the top 10 in the Madden ratings, I think, every player takes the Madden ratings very seriously,
Madden might have give us a discount from 25 to 19.
I think you're right on that one, right? I really do think that you called that one.
No, but yeah, but I'm gonna say a little bit of something about what you were talking about. You know, Stephen Jones did say um in the press conference, call it the state of the Cowboys, that they have a spreadsheet that's 2 to 3 years and beyond of how they're gonna sign all these players. So it's interesting how how they already came up with a plan, and we heard this earlier in after the offseason that I believe it was Brian Broaddus with Law Nation. I think it was the final word, and he said it. He talked to the cap guy or the number guy. Hey, man, what is it looking like? And he said, we have a spreadsheet and we have a plan for everybody. So you hear that, and then you hear Stephen Jones at the state of the dress at the training camp. He wasn't lying. So we'll see. We'll see how they keep this group together, man.
I'll tell you this, man. Brian Broaddus was on point, man, because like you said, Jay Tug, shout out to Jay Tug. You know what? Shout out to every Cowboys content creator. I think you guys have done a tremendous job.
Yeah, for real.
We had to take vacation, man. I'll tell you this. It felt good to recharge those batteries, man. And definitely it's a first year for Ari and myself. So I thank you guys for being patient. Alex Lopez says, was signing Diggs a mistake? Why would he say that?
Look, and I understand why he's saying it. I think a lot of Cowboy fans are kind of hot and cold with Diggs. I think that him, some don't. Some are kind of like, I don't know. But to me, enough is enough. I think he said it about Dak. You got your money. Now show us what you can do. And when everybody gets, the only difference is these guys wear a star, and it's magnified. Diggs to be perfect, not good, great, and perfect. You got paid, man. You got what you want, and I guess we'll have to see. I think that's why Alex is referring to, was it a mistake? Only time will tell, man. Only time will tell.
Well, I think you're right, and hence, like you said, look at all the backlash that Dak has gotten after he got his payday, and he's had back-to-back seasons of pretty much the same kind of hiccup or whatever you want to call it. I'm not going to call it a shortcoming, but it is what it is. Christopher Cruz says Dak will be the MVP, our comeback player of the year. Believe it. All right, Chris. I see what you're saying. He's kind of eating the cheese, but I will tell you this: is I know that Chris Cruz. I know him personally, so he's kind of like, he's real nutty like myself, and has that luxury of being able to take those peeks at what he's seen. And you know what? I think that's one of the big takeaways from Dak, is that he looked very sharp. I mean, I know it's still early in the process, but I mean, the Dak looked this good last year. When he's hitting those darts and hitting the nets and hitting the ball right in the money.
I ain't eating cheese, man. I ain't eating the cheese.
You're not eating the cheese. Virginia says young guy.
Yeah, young. Yeah, they have a lot of young guys they got to pay, man. This is a good group. I keep saying this is the most talented group since 2014. These guys are really talented and young, man. We're gonna see. What did Ultra Cowboys say? That was a team-friendly deal. Do you think that was a team-friendly deal? Really? Is that what everybody thinks?
I mean,
he got paid top 5 corners, so I don't know how friendly that is.
Well, I mean, he didn't break the bank. Or I mean, number one, it wasn't a holdout. And
if you get paid top 5, man, that's breaking the bank.
I don't know, man. I think that's kind of
top 5.
I think Jerry, it's conservative. You got to think about it. I mean, I'm pretty sure after your contract is up, you want to get compensated because you're playing for the next 5 years of your in this case.
We'll see, man. Time will tell.
Trayvon wanted to stay in Dallas too.
He did. I know that for a fact.
I mean, obviously with the contract he signed, obviously you could tell. Martin is last, if at all. So Zach Martin, I mean, obviously that's something that we as Cowboy fans, we hesitate sometimes and we forget, hey, you know what? Zach Martin he did not make the trip. Or
Yeah.
And Steele will be next. Ultra Cowboy.
Ooh, he's calling it. Ultra Cowboy, you calling it? Calling the shot. Okay, we'll see. We'll see. For sure.
We'll see. That'd be kind of cool. Jose Pais. Damn, this one guy we haven't talked to in a while.
For real, man. What's up, Jose?
I can't. Facts, Regina. That Ultra Cowboys with you. Your sound is in and out. I'm sorry, Regina. We'll get it fixed.
Really?
Yeah, we're still we've been on this vacation mood for quite some time, so we're getting out of it. We'll get better though. Cowboy fans hate Diggs, but love a tight end that runs a 4.8 40 with 5 catches and 34 yards in his last 5 games. Diggs is another one. You ask for the big check, now play like you're worth it, papa. Yep. I mean, it's absolutely true. This is what happens when you get compensated, when you get these kind of contracts. And
For sure.
Diggs could have reset the market. Thank God he did not reset the market.
I know.
I think it was Jay Tuck who he put out some content. I love it, right? Jay Tuck was saying the Cowboys need to get this contract done because AJ Terrell is up next, and there's a bunch of corners that have been playing pretty sound with their technique, and those guys are going to break the bank. And I mean, what was it? I mean, Jair was what, near 25 mil?
23, I think 23.5 or something like that.
It's crazy. I mean, that's where the market looks like it's going to be reset. It's going to be at that 23 plus market. But hey, look at Jose. What's up, bros? I mean, Jose, it's an exciting time. Football's finally back. Cowboys are now back making some real noise, not just off-season noise, which is crazy, right? Covering the Cowboys now as content creators. Now we see the hate because, man, it never stops. It was every single day, literally ESPN, NFL Network, everywhere you just see it, just Cowboys just talking about the Cowboys. Y'all waiting for the meet and greet. Man, we're still talking, man. We're still talking about a game specifically. I think was it the Patriots game?
I don't remember. I think it was the Patriots game.
I think so because Kendall scored some tickets and he says let's all meet up there. That would be kind of cool to do. Jerry is not happy with Zach. Specifically mentioned agreements, $50,000 a day fines that can be rescinded by the team.
Come on, man. Jerry always does that.
Hold the line, Jerry. I mean, look, it is what it is, man. It is that. I mean, I think at the time it was a great contract for him, but now I just think he's a little bit older in age and he wants to kind of cash in. Hopefully, we don't see this becoming something, but it has been something for the Cowboys for quite some time.
Yeah, for sure.
With these team friendly deals, man. Let's see.
We're gonna have to see though, because this changes everything, man. For the Cowboys, like you said, I think they had to do this because I think they faltered with Dak and dealing with Dak and not getting the contract done early kind of hurt them probably by $5 million a year. So we'll see, man. They got plans, so hopefully they can keep the band together.
Can I repeat what Ultra Cowboy just put?
What did he say?
I mean, the comment section is fun, is hilarious, man. But I don't know. Can I say that? You know,
probably not.
I'll hold off on
Ultra. You gotta be careful. Ultra Cowboy will get you in trouble, man.
Careful, because I read these comments, man. So look, I'm just gonna say what he says. He got really excited, right, when he heard Jane Slater on live air saying that Cowboys coaches told her that the rookie to watch before training camp is over is Luke Schoonmaker. I don't know, Harv. I mean, with Luke, wasn't he on the injury report coming away from the rookie OTAs?
He was.
And wasn't he in a walking boot?
He was.
I don't even think he's participating right now in drills, is he?
I don't know. I don't know if he is or not.
I mean, these are the big takeaways. Dak looked very sharp today. The wide receivers look great. I think CeeDee Lamb had a one-hander showing off. People were very surprised with the speed that Brandon Cooks has. And Michael Gallup, all the wide receivers except for Semi Fahuku. Stop me if you heard this. Dak threw an interception today, but it was because Semi Fahuku tipped the ball. So people, well, of course, Cowboy haters, Dak haters, they're gonna say Dak is still doing what he was doing a year ago. But I mean, you're a wide receiver. Harv, what's the number one rule for a wide receiver if the ball is near his hands?
Got to catch it.
Got to catch it. I mean, that's simple as that. So, I think that's where that's why we haven't seen Simi break the lineup. This is a great opportunity. He needs to seize his moment with the training camp and with the preseason so he could be that wide receiver 4. Because right now, everybody's now talking about Jalen Tober because Jalen Tober looked sharp and made the catches that he needed to make.
Yeah, so real quick, Luke Schoonmaker is on the non-football list.
If you, Regina Green says, if you let one, gotta do them all. I guess she's talking about me reading the comments. Aaron took a $35 million pay cut today. That's by Ultra Cowboy. You know what, Ultra Cowboy? That's kind of where me and Harvey were talking about because we saw the market get reset with the quarterbacks yesterday. I mean, man, it's not just the Cowboys, but it's the NFL that just been making news all day today. 2 offensive linemen signed massive. Oh, they got their bags, right? They got extensions. Titus Howard, I don't know if you remember him, the offensive tackle that the Texans signed. He got an extension. But the big news yesterday was, of course, Justin Herbert, who has not won a playoff game, getting the bag and making $52.5 million a year. Who's up for another contract extension after this year, Harv?
Joe Burrow.
Well, directly from the Cowboys.
Come on, man, we know.
Dakota Rain Prescott. And so I think the big question right now is that where it's gonna go for the Cowboys? Is $52.5 million for a quarterback the next step? I don't know. Time will tell. But it is scary. But hopefully that can learn a little bit from Aaron Rodgers and see, like, hey man, look at that, look at the pay cut. Regina's already nope. Ultra Cowboy, he will be back next week. 6'6", 250, 4.46 on his 40, and was the best blocking tight end in the draft. Jake Groupies will be in full meltdown real soon. I will say this: a lot of people were saying that Jake Ferguson he's separated himself from the rest of the tight ends that they have, which is Payne Hendershot and of course Sean McEwen.
I really hope Luke Schoonmaker is when we drafted Travis Frederick, because everybody was like, "What the heck is going on? What is going? Oh my God, Ultra Cowboy!" This is our first time back in like 4 or 5 weeks, man. You're gonna get us in trouble. He's a rascal, man.
A real rascal.
Daily reminder. Okay.
Daily reminder. Tolbert is a bust. I mean, I would understand if he's a first rounder, but generally you're talking about a third round wide receiver. Comments made by Jones. This isn't reflective of Zach. It's just that you have to rely on the integrity of your contract. He did say this. I think they also said that they were not going to talk about the Zach Martin situation. If you continue listening, they continue to say they're not going to continue talking about the Zach Martin. Regina, oh my God, no redo contracts. I mean, it's
I don't know about that one, because this is my thing. Zach's been so good for so long. That's the thing for me, man. You can't right now. I honestly think he can probably play for another 3 years. So I don't know about that. You got to figure something out. I don't know, man. I don't know what's going to happen with Zach, but we need him.
I think, it just times are changing. You know what I mean? This is not new. Everybody wants a new contract after they've outplayed it. And I think Zach Martin has showed that he's been a constant pro, never spoke up. And, he's already kind of in the back end of his career. And I'm pretty sure he wants to get his last payday, Harv. Basically what it comes down to, don't you think?
Yeah, that's what it is, man. As you get older, man, you don't have that much time left. You want to get paid.
Ultra Cowboy says Alex Lopez with a mic drop. Dallas will most likely. This is Todd Corey. Welcome aboard. He says Dallas will most likely restructure Dak's contract before the Lamb and Parsons deals. I don't know, man.
No,
Steven Jones was saying,
but
go ahead.
that, like what Todd Corey said, sounds about right. It honestly, like Todd's on, he's dead on. Like, in order for you to make those moves for Parsons, especially Parsons, I think you have to rework Dak's contract. You have to. Not rework it. I mean, restructure, extend, or whatever you want to call it, but you need to bring that number probably lower for sure. Now, this is my thing. With the signing of Diggs, what does that tell everybody? And all these signings people are doing and all this stuff. Does everybody know something we don't know? With future deals?
I mean,
I don't
good
know.
question.
I'm just saying it's kind of,
Yeah, you're thinking.
I think they know something we don't. And it has to do with a lot of money.
But I mean, again, like you had said, I mean, we did see that Brian Broaddus told us exactly how the Cowboys deal with, contracts and whatnot. But it is what it is, and I guess we're gonna figure it out, and hopefully we can figure out this Zach situation. Somebody said, Ultra Cowboy says trade Zach for Donald. Do it, Jerry.
Not gonna happen.
I did see that. I mean, for whatever reason, the Rams are trying to unload all the superstars. Why would they want to do that? Right? I mean, that make no sense.
They have no choice.
Regina says he feels entitled. I think the 99 overall rating on Madden. I mean, dude, he even changed his avatar.
I'm telling you,
Twitter.
man, these contracts, Madden's either gonna not save us money or save us money. I'm just saying.
It's crazy. Ultra Cowboy, the new CBA made it $50,000 a day, and the team can't resend it.
Ooh.
Are you sure? I saw that last year. That I saw some people wasn't even a story at the beginning of the year. 2023 Steel and Lamb. 2024 will be Dak and Parsons. That's what Ultra Cowboys predicting. I think. I mean, definitely those are the names he named: Diggs, Lamb, and Steel,
but not Parsons.
Remember no, he did also say Parsons. My bad.
No, I'm saying like in the next two deals, not Parsons. I think that's gonna be a lifetime contract. I'm telling you right now, like Patrick Mahomes. I'm calling it right now. Yeah, not Dak, but Parsons is gonna be a Patrick Mahomes type of 10-year deal. I promise you.
It says here, remember in the next 2 years, D-Law, Zach, Tyrone, and Pollard all come off the books. Yep, and that's exactly why these contracts are very, very meaningful right now. Ultra Cowboy, what up, team? I mean, we're just trying to get it. We're trying to figure it out. Get back into the
Dwight Thrasher. Said Ultra Cowboy.
Oh, my bad, Dwight Thrasher. Dwight, my bad. We're trying to get back into it. We just took a little mini vacation, but we're back at it. I mean, dude, today was an exciting day for a lot of us. I think being Harvard, we're reflecting 30 years of us being able to, we're entering 30 plus years of following the Cowboys or being a Cowboy, being a part of Cowboys Nation. I think it has not been easy. It's easy to eat the cheese, but you got to remind yourself that, damn, it's a tough season. I think it's tough for every NFL team. What else do we got here? Now Ultra Cowboy says, look it up. Raquan Smith showed up to camp to ride a bike.
Oh, man. Yeah, I forgot about him. He's got to get paid too by the Ravens. I don't know. We'll see. We'll have to see. Man.
Thanks, bro. Think Martin going to get done soon. Dallas can work with cap signing bonus possibly. It could happen. Let's see here. So we talked about, of course, Donovan Wilson. I think that was the big scare today, right? Yep. And I believe Izzy too.
Correct. The only thing with Izzy, though, he came back.
Izzy was a hamstring, right? I think that's what they're saying. He was grabbing his hamstring. Dono, I think everybody was holding their breath because he's been a staple on that defense. I mean,
I said it last year. Nobody talks about Donald like that.
No, you did
He
too.
is the unsung hero of that defense. And I've been saying it for a while. Like he does all the nasty little things that nobody does, and he gets it done, man. Like that's what he does. And so that's scary, man. That's scary. But they did said I think it's a precautionary boot. They saw him walking in the boot, but it's all for precautionary reasons. So I think he's scheduled for an MRI, and then I think there's a lot of optimism. I think that's coming out from what's coming out from camp. So I'm optimistic. Look, Donald don't need to play, man. He knows his defense. He can sit out. It doesn't matter. I'm just saying that guy can ball.
I mean, and if that happens, I'm not going to be upset. Would you be
No,
upset, Harv?
no, I would not.
I mean, it's precautionary. It's the best to do it, right?
Yep.
Because look, like Regina says, Donald lays out. Ultra Cowboy Donald will be ready week 1. Doesn't need to practice the week that we play the Giants. Oh,
I'm telling you, man.
wow. He's with you, Harv. You could be right, sir, but the respect the hell out of Martin. So he's referring to Ultra Cowboys sticking to it. He says that we'd be lucky to see a leprechaun pop out of nowhere than to get Jerry Jones to redo Zach Martin's contract. Overshown about to take somebody's job.
I'm telling you, man.
And what he's referring to is because the power and the explosion that he hit those bags. I mean, he was driving it back. Exactly what you want to see. Also, let me see. Another takeaway was it was TJ Bass who was getting the majority of the work at the guard position for Zach Martin, which those were. I mean, that wasn't even a name that we talked about.
But
you
know what though? I like that guy. I don't understand how he went undrafted. That guy was really good, man, in Oregon. Is Oregon, right?
I believe so. That is correct, sir.
Oh my God. I don't understand how he did not get drafted.
But there's others that took place in it too. Another one was Motzi Smith, man. How huge and strong and how nimble. I mean, it looks like a bear out there. You know what I mean? So that was the thing. But they're saying that that the big takeaway right now is going to be that who's going to be wide receiver 4 and wide receiver 5. I know that I believe the report was that of course our Pro Bowl kickoff returner, punt returner, Turpin. Congratulations to him, right? He's having I believe he had a baby, right? Congratulations to him. So he wasn't able to be. He wasn't able to join in the Cowboys today's training camp. Actually, it was Josh Ball with the first team. So Ultra Cowboys is correcting me. I know there was I just want to make sure that Harvey heard that it was TJ Bass. Let's see here. And Stephon Gilmore. Oh, and Deuce Vaughn. What do you think about Deuce Vaughn, Harv? He was taking some reps at punt return.
You already know, man. He's coming for Turpin's job, probably.
Does that mean that Turpin is out?
Probably.
And then we go and see Turpin go with the Giants, and then he starts running some punts back for touchdowns. And
so the only reason I say that, not in a bad way, but the only way Turpin stays is if they really use him on offense. But Vaughn's a running back. They're gonna play him. They're gonna play him. It's too good of a feel-good story. He's gonna play. He's gonna have his chances.
I mean, and Tony Pollard was out there too today. I mean, they're bringing him in slowly, but he looks like he's ready to go.
Vaughn's gonna play, man, because that guy's gonna be able to play kickoff return, punt return. He's gonna be able to do it all at a 7th rounder. I'm just saying.
Cowboys are loaded. We are ready. Ultra Cowboys excited. We're all excited.
I'm excited too. I just don't get too excited like Jerry does.
I just like to smile, man.
Me too, but
Ultra Cowboy says Turpin is staying. Big Mike don't care about good stories.
No, I mean good story. Like he's got a good story. Like he's been doubted every level he's gone to. Like that's what I'm trying to say. He's just there's no way. There's no way he came this far. What did Kim Kardashian say? I didn't come this far to come this far. Whatever that means. Sounds good though.
That is hilarious. And Regina says Pollard did mention Turpin and not Davis.
Look, man, you know Malik Davis is my guy. He is my guy. They just got to give that guy a fact, like a chance to do something.
Not only that, but it makes you think when Brian Broaddus was explaining the situation and how Cowboys handle the contract situation, he's right on the money. But he also mentioned Malik Davis was the running back that they needed to complement via Tony Pollard, Deuce Vaughn. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To be that 1-2. So we'll see. I mean, there's a lot of great storylines. Facts, Regina, Ultra Cowboy likes it. That's cute. But we have to stop looking for stories and start looking for killers. Oh.
Yeah, but that's my point about Deuce, man. They doubted him as a high school. Then they doubted him in college, and look what he did in college. That's what I'm trying to say. He killed it in college. I think he had more total yards than BJ, didn't he?
Yes.
That's my point. That's my point.
Well,
total yards?
You're talking about Bijan.
Yeah, Bijan.
Yeah.
Total yards. That's my point. That's my point.
Yes, yes. When you look at the actual statistics, I think Deuce Vaughn was right there with Bijan Robinson.
Yeah.
We saw he went to the Falcons early and Fast and Furious to the Falcons. So we'll see. I mean, we'll see. I think Deuce Vaughn is going to be one of those situations that maybe towards the back end of the season he's going to have a role. Where we don't know. We still got a long ways to go. Obviously, we're just talking about what we saw. Obviously, I'm pretty sure you're seeing it all over the place. But it's kind of cool. It's kind of great to see, the Cowboys actually start to really form who's going to be in the future for the Cowboys for the foreseeable future and the long term. I agree. Malik Davis is a running back number 2, and then the Rams get Pete out of town for Malik Davis. I mean, Brian Broaddus was saying this story too. Look what happened with Jalen Smith. Heck, look at Dak. So I know I had mentioned this. I think that with Mike McCarthy, I think right now everybody's saying, I think, okay, so it's good to have football back, but I think you're right, Jose, on this one. I think if anything, Mike McCarthy is he's building his team and the team he wants. And if that player does not fit, I guess we're not going to see that. We're not going to see them too long with the Cowboys. Ultra Cowboy says Motzi carries Deuce and pants pockets. Jeez Louise.
Ultra Cowboy.
I know, man. You can get me in trouble. Todd Corey says, gentlemen, not to change the subject, but the NFC East is getting stronger. May have Dallas, Philly, and New York Giants in the playoffs, man. I mean, we're with you, man. We're really with you.
And like we said last year, I think the biggest thing here is, I'm going to be honest, man. When the NFC is hot, the NFL is hot.
Oh yeah, it's super fun.
Like and this is, I'm going to probably keep saying this all year. Who has the best division in the AFC right now?
It's the East.
Who has the best division in the NFC?
I mean, after the East?
No, in the NFC.
Well, I mean, right now it's the East, and then you can probably throw the West because Seattle kind of has an emergence.
I'm just saying, like,
yeah,
it's the East and the East.
It's just
we're playing each other this year. I mean,
if you also think about it, it's only one quarterback is not making a big time contract in the East.
And look, man, I'm telling you right now, the NFL is going to use everything they can when these teams play each other, and that what do they call the flex? They're going to try to flex some of those games. I promise you that.
Yeah, it's never boring watching the Dallas Cowboys play.
No, for sure.
Regina loved the joke by Ultra Cowboy earlier. Ultra Cowboy, the Cowboys have a high chair in the cafeteria for dudes. Jeez Louise, man.
Ultra Cowboy,
Don't
man.
do that, man. Cowboys running through the East with ease.
We'll see,
And
man. It's gonna be crazy.
and Dwight is saying Deuce will be a superstar. This smaller backs are the future. It's no longer a run the ball up the middle league. I mean, I think you're onto something. I mean, I don't know if it's that, but yeah, definitely we can start seeing, and more teams are trying to do what Kyle Shanahan's running, right? Which is that zones that what is it the zone blocking scheme where you get all your offensive line kind of just roaming in one area and then let your running back kind of pick apart the holes that they have, and then from there just go get downhill as fast as possible. So they are going across. But I mean, definitely, Harv. I mean, we've already heard it, right? So we've seen the first day. The excitement is back. That's the good thing. A lot of us are eating the cheese. Number two, the story all season was who has the most pressure from any quarterback in the league. Uh, is it still Dakota Prescott that has the most pressure?
Of course, man.
What head coach has the most pressure heading into the 2023 season?
Mike McCarthy, man.
So is it a Cowboy thing or is it because these guys need to show their worth in this league?
It's the Cowboy thing, man.
I'm gonna have to side with you because I mean nobody's making a big deal about Tennessee Titans and nobody makes a big deal about I was gonna say San Diego, the LA Chargers, and look at them. I mean they're out there doing what the Dallas Cowboys are doing. Um, Only three running backs that are the size of Hobbit have been a superstar, not getting my hopes up. Look, we understand we understand what you're trying to get at, but we got to be open minded, right? So let me ask you this, Harv. I mean, so far it's still really early right now. I have, of course, what are you looking for towards the most in this training camp, right? I mean, we've seen the start. What is your outlook? What is the one thing that you're gonna be keeping an eye out for the rest of the training camp there in Oxnard? And I got one more, and that's it. And I want to hear from you guys too.
I think the biggest thing for me is, we know we kind of got in the wide receivers, maybe the back end, but that's fine. Tight ends, we kind of same thing. We kind of know what we got. We got two good tight ends. We just got to see what the rookies got. But for me, it's the offensive line, right? We know what we got in the secondary. We know what we got defensive line. It's the offensive line, the depth that we have, and it's the linebacker group, and then one particular player that I love, and that's Hunter
Lupko, right? Oh,
Lupko. Yes, to see, because I might be wrong, but I believe he was taking. So I'm interested to see how they're going to use that guy, but we'll see, man. That's what kind of so offensive line depth, the linebackers, and old Hunter, man. We'll see.
well, I mean, I do like Hunter. I think if anything, he's been. They say that he could be the Cusick, right? Of for the Dallas Cowboys, he has that type of game. But I think when you look at the comparisons, they were saying that Luke Schoonmaker can do everything that Hunter can do. So it'd be interesting if they keep both. I definitely like that storyline. Me personally, I'm gonna be paying attention, like you said, to the wide receiver 4 and 5. Can Jalen Tolbert, can he make that next leap, or is Semi gonna take over? And then of course, yes, I want to see Monty Smith. I want to see all this stuff. I want to see how this defense is going to work because obviously they emphasized that they're probably leading the NFL in starting the youngest players. I believe that was a direct quote from their presser was they have the best mixture of veteran players and young players playing. So definitely, I want to see how Motzi and Overshown mesh with this defense? Can they just fill in the void or fill in that gap for the Dallas Cowboys and be what they need them to be? Let's see. Anybody else have anything on that? So Ultra Cowboy says Big Mike not going anywhere. Listen how Jerry talks about him. Keep on underestimating Big Mike. This is actually something I was actually talking to Harv too about. I don't know. I think for sure, even if the Cowboys have a another hiccup in the playoffs, I think they're gonna let Mike McCarthy kind of oversee this complete. I don't want to say. I think you corrected me, right, Harv? It cannot be an over. What was the word I used? And you said, no, this team is not a complete redo.
Complete rebuild?
Rebuild. And I did tell you, well, I mean, Dak Prescott is not his quarterback either. He inherited Dak, but wasn't his quarterback. So definitely it's going to be a storyline. I don't know about I'm not ready to say McCarthy's out. I just think about how the season is. I think that's what's going to determine that ultimately. And we still got a long way to go, man. No injuries and watching the young players in preseason. That's what Ultra Cowboy wants to see. That's exactly kind of like what we're trying to get to. We need to ensure the O line will be okay without Martin. Thank you, Regina. I think this is another storyline right here. Gotta see when is Zach going to come back, and if not, who's going to fill in those? Who's going to fill Zach's shoes? Because those are some big shoes to fill. Ultra Cowboy says Ferguson is not tight end. Is not a good tight end. 5 catches for 34 yards in his last 5 games. That's why Schoonmaker was brought in. I mean, it's kind of hard. I get what you're trying to get at, but I mean, you did have Dalton Schultz playing last year.
Yep.
And Jake Ferguson was a rookie. Rookie tight ends are notorious. I think the only rookie tight end to make some noise was Cal Pitts, right, Harv?
Yep, Cal Pitts.
I think he had 1,000-yard season, but only 4 touchdowns. I mean, even so, I mean, Cal Pitts doesn't even look like a traditional tight end. He looks like a wide receiver to me.
He does.
Tyler Corey says Luke Schoon isn't on the field and is missing valuable time as a rookie tight end. This is a correct assessment. So
non-football injury list.
And Ultra Cowboys cannot wait for my apologies at the end of the season when Schoonmaker balls out. We'll see, Ultra Cowboy, because it's been hard, man. You're putting them up there with Cal Pitts, and it's hard because obviously I don't think Mike McCarthy's offenses were never on any specific tight end. It was always wide receiver based, I think, if you look back at the Green Bay. Schoonmaker can miss the whole training camp and play week 1 and will be a huge upgrade in blocking alone. I mean, if you're banking on the blocking alone, that just tells you, I mean, he can't do it. I mean, he can't do it all. He needs a foot transplant. Oh, wow. Regina, has this been?
I think she's joking, like, because he's in a boot.
So Broadus even says the Cowboys are higher on Hendershot than Ferguson.
Interesting.
He did say that on that final word that they liked Hendershot a lot. But I will say this. It's interesting storyline. Let's go ahead and end it off with this question, Harv. Are the Eagles still the team to beat in the NFC East?
Yes.
Okay. All right. And I want to hear everybody else chime in.
The only reason I say that, let me explain myself before everybody gets all crazy. I'm a big believer in even the Super Bowl. If you win the Super Bowl, you are the team to beat until you're beaten, and that's it. Same thing on NFC. If you went to the Super Bowl on the NFC side, you're the team to beat. The difference is this year, the Eagles really didn't have a target on their back. Now they do, because they're the defending NFC champs. There's gonna be a target on their back, and we'll get into it more. But there's some rules that have changed, and we're gonna have to talk about it at another time. But we'll keep you posted. That's gonna probably change the game.
I mean, we need to get clarification on that rule change because I mean,
we do.
I believe it involves the RPO and something to do with holding the ball too long, becoming an illegal forward pass. I don't know if that's referring to how Jalen Hurts plays his game. But definitely we're going to dig a little bit deeper and we're going to make sure that we're giving you facts and not just saying whatever's out in the clouds. You guys stuck on that one hurdle. Yeah, we need that 1,000. We need them 1,000 subscribers. So if you catch this on the replay, please subscribe, like the video, subscribe. Not worried about no pigeons. Love it.
I'm
Teams,
not worried either, but I'm just saying, like, it's kind of how
Regina
it goes.
Green. I love what she's saying here. Teams don't repeat, especially the Eagles. I mean, there is a thing called the Super Bowl hangover. Or
There is, there
I
is
think,
that.
I think the 49ers experienced that
But
too.
you know why I say that? There's a Super Bowl hangover because everybody's coming after them. That's what I'm saying. There's a target on their back. Teams are going to come up and play them really hard, regardless of what team plays them, because at the end of the day, that team wants to see, okay, do we have what it takes to beat these kind of teams? Because they went to the Super Bowl. So some of these teams that, man, they might be able to walk over is not going to be an easy walk in the park. I'm just saying, there's going to be a target in their back.
Look, I'm going to say this. Overall, I think the Eagles right now, the strongest part of the Eagles right now is the offense. That defense has been shuffled up a little bit. I know that they've added some nice young pieces, and they're young. They're young, just like the Cowboys are. Um, but right now, it all lies on that offense. So, yeah, the Eagles, they have Jalen Hurts. They got, Devontae Smith. They got also AJ Brown. And of course, they they got basically they don't really need a superstar running back because their quarterback can be that superstar running back for them.
Yep.
So I think that's the strong part. But for right now, I'm gonna have to say, you know what? I think that it's split right now, 1-1. I'm gonna go back to the regular season. I know the Eagles went to the Super Bowl, and I give them respect. But I think that right now, when your offense is your strong point, that's not a great way to start off your season. I think it's easy to see that right now the Cowboys, their strongest suit right now is the defense. So I'm gonna tell you this much right now. I think it's split right now between the Cowboys, and a lot of people need to give the Cowboys a little bit more respect. I understand there's a difference between paper champs, but no, I'm coming down to last year, Eagles won one, Cowboys won one. Now, can we finally get Dak Prescott versus Jalen Hurts and see how that record is going to be for the future, right? Look at Jose Pais, the Cowboys cast, Poodle top shelf reporting, baby.
Let's
It is.
go.
You just gotta have fun, man. I mean, anybody can do it, and basically, it's just kind of like how we would talk to each other. I mean, these are the kind of conversations that we have amongst each other, and it's good to be able to bring it to you guys live. But help us get to 1,000, man. So share it, like it, of course, all that great stuff. I'm going to be nice. People build them up. That's why they're good. So yeah, I think Regina, you're right, man. I mean, they had a great draft. I mean, shoot, it they even are now known as the Philadelphia Bulldogs, if I'm not mistaken. So, I mean, obviously, if they did it in college, they're going to do it in the pros. Of course, I mean, their defensive tackle Jordan, he missed what 4 games last year, Jordan
Yeah, he
Davis.
did. Yep.
But did he really make a lot of noise? I mean, but that position is it expected to make a lot of noise because we're kind of in the same situation with Monty. So we'll see. So from Todd Archer, safety Donovan Wilson could miss 4 to 6 weeks with a right calf strain suffered in practice, but the belief is he will be available to play Week 1 against New York Giants on September 10th. I mean, we saw it. Them calf injuries, they're really strong, man. I mean, we saw they took out Dak. Remember that? I mean,
Yep.
Cowboys put up 40 with 2 weapons versus the Eagles. Thank you, Ultra Cowboy. So thank you for being with me on this one. It's all good. Black Mamba, what's going on, man?
Wow, Black Mamba's on.
No, man. We were just talking about, of course, all the news, digs, and what we saw in training camp. Some of the storylines that people were kind of keeping an eye out. But we talked about we're kind of ended on off our note, right? In other words. What are we looking for in the training camp leading to preseason? And of course, are the Eagles the team to beat in the NFC East right now? That is what's going on, Black Mamba. We will earn the respect this year. This is by Ultra Cowboy. But I will tell you this: it's hard when you have a brother like Hari that kind of shows you look who they play week 9. Look who they play week 10. And you know what I'm saying? So when you break down that stuff, it's gonna be a tough year. It's a tough schedule. Nothing's easy for any team. But I think definitely when you have that star, the lights are a little always brighter, right? Who has the best receiving core in the NFC?
Mm, 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 mm. That's hard.
It is very hard, and it's really early, but
So for me,
because that's meaning that there's three number one wide receivers, right? The year that the Cowboys had Amari, Michael Gallup, and CeeDee Lamb. Is that what he's talking about? That type of receiving core?
mm, ca- I, because you gotta. And so the first thought, obviously, the Cowboys come to mind, but then I start looking at other teams. I'm like, the first one that jumps, the first one, yeah, the first one that jumps out to me is Seattle with DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett. You got JSN, and then you got Noah Fant at tight end. Because I consider wide receiver. I mean, that's tough, man. That's some three good wide receivers.
I will tell you this: Jackson Smith and Jigba is going to play like a pro. I mean,
But I'm just think about it. Metcalf, Tyler Lockett can still play, man, and you got JSN. I think to me, the only way I'm a Cowboy fan, man. I love the Cowboys, but I got to be real with this one. If Michael Gallup was fully healthy, I could probably go with the Brooks Gallup. It's close, man. And the other one you got to think about is Debo Samuel, Ayuki or Ayuku,
no, Ayuk.
and you got George Kittle, like, and you got Jennings.
And then Devontae Smith and AJ Brown and Dallas Goddard.
I mean, that's hard. I think it's almost like a three-way tie. It's close, man.
I mean, it's very close. I think I really do think. I mean, unless you're the New York Giants, I think you really don't have to worry about this question because I think the Giants are the ones that are struggling with the wide receivers right now. But you know, I think you have to give credit where credit is due. But if and this is a lot, it's a lot riding, right? What we're banking on is how CeeDee Lamb finished the year and what Michael Gallup was before the injury, because them two. I mean, you're looking at a mature CeeDee Lamb who is finding his stride, and we're banking that he's going to continue to be that wide receiver one. And then, of course, you got Michael Gallup, who was very clutch wide receiver, and then you got Brandon Cooks, who's put up 1,000 yards every year. So at the end of the year, I'm gonna have to give it to the Dallas Cowboys. I think that they were a little bit more cohesive for sure. I know that Michael Gallup, if he's fully healthy, he could put up 1,000 yards for you. CeeDee Lamb could put up 1,000 yards for you, and Brandon Cooks has put up 1,000. So that's what I'm basing it off. So right now I'm gonna be a homer. I don't care. I'm just saying it how it is. Did anybody see the video on Parsons? Which one? I
Yeah,
mean,
which one?
there are so many. And Diggs deserved it. I think, he's a second rounder. That's one thing that we forget. Um, the story that we don't want to talk about, but we have to have that conversation is what happens if Diggs does have like 7 interceptions this year, or 8 interceptions this year? What are people gonna what are our uncles and fathers and grandfathers gonna be saying about Diggs?
I mean, depends. Did he give up 1,500 yards with those 7 interceptions?
Let's just say he had.
I'm just saying.
He's had a phenomenal year. No, he didn't give up the excessive amount of yards, but he came away with the turnovers. What do our uncles and grandparents say about that type of player? Like, that
He was
just got
good.
paid.
He was a good player. But this is my thing.
That's
This
not
is
what they
why.
say. Let's be
Listen,
honest.
no, hold on though. This is why I caution myself. When the Cowboys recently have paid somebody big money at the back end, what have they gotten in return?
Somebody that's already on the decline.
and I'll leave it at that.
Well,
I'm just saying.
I'm gonna
That's
say
why.
I'm
That's why I am cautious about these things.
so this is what I'm trying to get at. So what my uncles and my father and grandparents would say is that last year he kind of let off because he didn't want to get hurt. He knew he was on a contract year, and now he got paid. Now he can play. And why is it that we see that trend in the NFL? Because I think we can go ahead and say Diggs did deserve it. I think that we need to let go of whatever it is. I think that he has a great mentor, and we can kind of like round it off by this is what Trayvon Diggs had to say, and this is him saying about being teammates with Stephon Gilmore. He goes, I feel like he's just a very professional, just how he goes about his work. It's like rubbed off on me. He's waking up at 6 o'clock every day. So now I want to wake up at 6 o'clock every day and get a workout with him and do all the little stuff like that. He eats perfect. He doesn't eat foolishness. He has seen me eating gummy snacks and he'll be like, why are you eating that? Little things like that. Him just taking me under his wing and just showing me how to last in the league that long. I'm just taking notes and soaking everything up, and I'm very appreciative for it. So look, he did deserve it. Harv, I think if anything, does these comments that he's saying now, especially finding out that Stephon Gilmore has actually been coaching him up these last couple of years, so they've had a relationship for a little bit longer than just teammates. Um, if Diggs can hold this up, does he deserve it of it?
Yeah, of course.
Awesome.
Of course.
I'm looking for consistency from Dak, like Mamba. You, me, and Harv, and I think everybody, and even I think the Cowboy haters are also looking for that consistency from Dak. 13-4, Ultra Cowboys already going on a limb, man. Yeah, right before we took our vacation, he did this. He's been sticking to it. He's saying Cowboys. Todd Corey says Seattle with a question mark. Hey man, DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett is no pushover, man. He's a solid number 2. Jackson Smith and Jigba is a wide receiver, man. He's a special. He's just a unique talent, man. That's a wide receiver that has that killer instinct. He was born with it. You'll see. You're gonna see that Seattle's a team that is gonna be a team that's gonna sneak up on a lot of people. Lamb, Cooks, and Gallup. Ultra Cowboy. He likes that one. Cowboys for now. So people are with. So far, they're with us. Jackson Smith and Jigba has been diagnosed with Tyron Smith injury infection. Oh, come on. I think it goes hand in hand with him protecting himself, trying to become the first drafted wide receiver. We could include half the defense when they intercept.
Ooh. Oh, I like that, Regina Green.
I
like that.
Gallup is fully healthy. Get ready.
So that's my point. If he's fully healthy, I'll take the Cowboys. If he's fully healthy.
Tommy Montoya, what's up, Cowboys Nation?
Has he ever been on?
I don't think so. Round of applause.
Oh, welcome, Tommy Montoya. I don't think I've ever heard that name on here.
No, I haven't. And welcome, man. We give a round of applause to anybody that joins the stream and just mentions a comment. But of course, be careful with the comments because I do read these comments, and I don't want to get in trouble. Todd Corey says Giants do have Hodgins. He's extremely talented. He was with the Dolphins, right?
Correct.
He was Virginia Tech, I believe.
Virginia Tech.
I believe. We'll see, man. I know that he did come up for them at the back end of last season, so we'll see. Just look at Gallup's movement today at practice. He is back. Ultra Cowboy. I love it. The workout on Parsons. Oh, she's talking about how Michael Parsons has been taking this offseason really, really.
Yeah.
Not only him, but Sam Williams looks crazy. Here's the thing. Jose Pais pay attention to you, Harvey. You could trademark that, put that on a cap. I'm pretty sure people will buy it. 11
he already knows, man.
11 interceptions is nothing to sneeze at. Diggs is 24, and they have an out in 2025.
They do, yeah. I think it's like 20 million of savings with zero dead money. I think something like that.
It's a team-friendly deal. Cook and Gilmore leadership is what the Cowboys needed. I really do think that you really hit it on the.
Yep.
And
100%.
It says Oregon State. Was it Oregon
Oh,
State?
that's Oregon State. The Beavers.
Thank you for the correction, Todd
And
Corey.
he was with Buffalo
Let me see.
or Miami. I don't remember. I think it was Buffalo, but maybe whatever.
Let me see. I'll tell you right now. I'll fact check myself.
TikTok wasn't working, was it?
No, man. I think we've been like a little bit shadow banned. So we can go live, but we can't go live. I mean, I did some speed checks and gain. Let me see. I even took a screenshot. I was getting 300 download and nine megs upload, and it was giving us. It was being a little funky. So yeah, he's Oregon State, and where was he at before? Isaiah Hodgins. He was a 6th rounder by Buffalo. Yep. So I was completely off. Wrong team, wrong player. My bad. Thank you for the correction, Todd Corey. You know the Giants wide receiver room is solid. That you needed a 35-year-old Cole Beasley. Ooh, former Dallas Cowboy too. We'll see. Harv, when's the next live?
Sunday? Sunday?
We gotta recap what's going on, because if not, I mean, the rest of these Cowboys content creators are gonna leave us in the dust, and we're gonna be a little bit behind.
Man.
Well, I mean, come full season, you guys already know. Monday through Wednesday, we're gonna be here solid Monday through Wednesday, and of course Sundays. So that is the plan right now. Definitely, there's still a lot of storylines to happen. You know, hopefully for not only for the Dallas Cowboys but for the rest of the NFL, we hope to see the most minimal injuries possible. I just hope that everybody can stay healthy and have great training camps and be able to become a great player for their teams. They definitely not solid, Todd Corey. Cole Beasley is still good. I mean, he's still a little bit scrappy.
Yeah, I believe that. He's pretty good.
I cannot wait till preseason. I'm excited about our defense.
Our defense is gonna be with Mossy. Let's go. It's gonna be crazy.
It's gonna be great.
I think we're all excited, man. We can't wait. Man, I'm gonna be nervous for the first game. It's like you're almost playing. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's nervous. Your palms are getting sweaty. Spaghetti. I don't know. It's gonna be crazy, man. No, but I appreciate everybody coming out. I know it's been a long time, but we're back in the grind. We'll see what happens. I think these next couple of days with Zach Martin, I hope I'm gonna, what do they call it? Prenda la vela. I'm gonna make sure I put the candle out to make sure that Zach Martin comes back. So I'm just saying, man, we got to do everything. Look, if you believe in a high power, I don't care what it is, who it is, do whatever you got to do to make sure Zach Martin shows up in the next couple of days, because we need that man.
We really
100%.
do. I think that if anything, I think this offensive line will be a lot stronger with him. Definitely. Have you had it? Where is my hat? Can I get it before I go to the game?
That is the plan. You're gonna get it. 100%.
Like
100%.
Welcome back. Thank you for having us.
Yes.
And if you do catch it on the replay, we thank you for catching on the replay. Hopefully you'll subscribe, find home, help us grow. We're almost at 1,000. I believe where are we at right now, Harv?
714, I believe.
So
715.
Oh wow. Thank you. We're 285 away.
Guys, we had like, share, tell everybody, tell your Cowboy friends, fans, everybody, just share, man. We're gonna hopefully we want to get to 1,000 before the season starts. That would be awesome.
It was about time y'all come back about those locals. I think I can take the blame for that one. I had been no, I shouldn't say. But anyways, I'm back at it. Or I'll take blame for that. Zach will come back when the fines keep on mounting. 1 million if he misses 20 days.
Ooh.
I mean, I can foresee a situation maybe where the Cowboys work out a deal, kind of like what the Giants did for Saquon Barkley. You know what I mean? It was supposed to be 10, but then they gave him like an 11 $11.5 million salary, and he came back in. He reports training camp. I can foresee something like that happening, but we'll see. 1 million and Safari loses for what? Oh my gosh! Don't be talking about people's. I went to Vegas, came back y nada, nombre. Man, I just say thank you. It was great to be back, and thank you all for joining in. We miss you. Of course, stay tuned and make sure you join the Discord too. I mean, just it's the Cowboy Cast. That's that everywhere too. And if you want to get in touch, follow. We're on all social medias. The Cowboys Cast. Thank you all. That's it for us, man. You guys have a good night.